For what, man? For what? I want my shit. I want my shit, man. What did you fucking treat me with respect? Yeah, man, me too, motherfucker. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm not receiving.
Good morning. Today is October 16th, 2025. We are on the record at 9:54 a.m. Today we will take a videotape deposition in the matter of Justin Spies versus Jay Armbrister et al. Counsel, please state your appearance for the record.
Lennis Baker for plaintiff.
Michelle Stewart on behalf of the defendant, Douglas County, Kansas.
Andrew Holder on behalf of defendant Armbrister and the remaining individual defendant deputies.
Thank you. Would you please swear the witness?
Sir, would you raise your right hand for me, please? You do swear the testimony you shall give relative to the cause now under consideration shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Thank you.
Could you please state your name for the record?
Justin Spies.
Mr. Spies, I want to confirm we had an off-the-record conversation. The cell phone that's in front of you is not recording currently. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Have you ever given a deposition before?
No.
Have you ever testified in court?
Yes.
Okay. The oath that you were just given is the same oath that you would have been given if you were testifying in court. We just don't have a judge present, although as you are aware we could call one, but it's a little less formal than having a judge sitting here making rulings on questions. If from time to time your attorney objects to a question, I would ask that you allow him the chance to object and then go ahead and give that answer unless he instructs you not to. If you don't understand one of my questions, please stop me. I'm happy to clarify anything for you. I want to make sure you understand and have given me the best answer. Is that fair?
I won't agree to that. I mean, it's up to you to ask a question that's understandable.
Okay. If you don't understand one of my questions, will you tell me you don't understand it?
Object to form.
I don't agree to that.
Okay, what don't you agree about?
That I'm
Object to form.
that I'm required to do something like that. I mean,
All I'm asking is if you don't understand one of my questions, will you tell me you don't understand?
I've already
what I'm
answered that
asking?
question. I don't agree to that.
Okay. And why don't you agree to that again?
Object to form.
I don't think that's my responsibility to do that.
Okay, so you would answer the question if you don't understand it?
I didn't say
Object to
that.
form.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
So if you answer my question, can I assume that you did understand it and gave me the best answer that you had?
Object to form.
I have no idea what you could assume. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that.
Okay. Are you on any medication that would affect your ability to understand or give truthful and honest answers to questions today?
I think that's irrelevant. I think that's irrelevant.
So are you on
What
any
does that have to do with the case?
Are you on any medications that would affect your ability to understand or give truthful and honest answers today?
You can go ahead and answer that. I mean, if...
No.
Okay.
I'm not, no.
I'm just asking if there's something that would impair your ability to understand questions today or give honest testimony.
Object is form. Okay.
Sir, other than meeting with Mr. Baker to prepare for the deposition, have you done anything to get ready for today's deposition?
Yes.
What did you do?
I read the third amended complaint
Okay.
and I watched videos of the incidents.
Can you be more specific? What
On
videos? What videos did you watch?
Of the incidents that are in the third amended complaint.
Okay, and I think specifically there are some certain dates that are specific to that third amended complaint. Are those the videos that you watched?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay. What other videos did you watch?
What do you mean?
Well, you said some of them.
That doesn't mean I watched other videos. I watched some of the videos from those dates, yeah.
Okay. So what dates, do you remember what dates of the videos you watched?
The arrest dates, which was April 20th, 2022, May 1st, 2024, and then there was the removal in May of 2022. I believe that was May 11th, I believe is what it was, or 20th, something like that. And then there were multiple incidents at meetings in the spring of 24 that I watched as well, in April and May as well.
Okay. And when you say videos, are those videos, what videos are you talking about?
I'm talking about videos that had captured the events that took place on those days.
Are you talking about the official Douglas County Commission recordings, or are you talking about videos that I believe your attorney has produced that are available on YouTube that are kind of compilations of multiple videos?
Well, I don't know what you mean by a compilation of multiple videos.
Sure. Your attorney has produced some videos in this case that are on YouTube that have multiple events contained in one video. So for example, there might be a clip of a commission meeting in 2024, but then refers back to something that happened in 2022, and it's all part of one video. That's what I mean by compilation.
You're talking specifically about the videos that we supplied? Is that what you're
No,
talking
I was
about?
asking what you
Okay.
watched. I was trying to differentiate if you watched those videos
Well,
that
what
you
videos
produced.
are you talking? Are you talking about specific videos that do that?
No, I'm asking you. You told me you watched some videos to get ready for today, so I was trying to
Yeah,
figure out
but
which
you characterize
ones.
it as a compilation. I'm asking, are you aware of videos like that? I mean, I don't know why you characterize it as a compilation.
That was my characterization. I apologize if that was wrong or confusing. I was referring to the videos that you produced.
That I produced. Yeah,
In this lawsuit.
I've watched the videos that I produced. Yeah.
Okay. In getting ready for the deposition, were you watching those videos, or were you watching the official videos from the Douglas County meetings?
I watched those videos, and it's not a or, it's an and, also the Douglas County videos as well.
Okay.
And there's other videos as well. So,
What other videos?
well, I know there was other people that were recording inside of those, inside the meeting. So,
And were those videos that you watched to get ready for the deposition?
yes,
Okay. Whose videos did you watch?
I don't recall.
Were they of the same dates that you've already shared with me?
In terms of what? Like each one?
You
of the
said
dates?
other videos. Were they the same
Well, to
dates?
clarify, you were asking me specifically to pin down dates, so, and I said, I think that May removal was like May 11th or 20th. I don't recall the exact date, but it's an official date. I'm not committing to, like, I watched a video from a date that didn't happen. I'm trying to give you the correct dates.
And that's fair. And I'm just trying to get your best understanding, and I'm not trying to hold you to something
Yeah, well, I'm just saying
specific.
that, so then it's hard to if you're referring to one video of a date that I'm not saying that that's that date, then it's hard to say if I watched that video or not.
Anything else that you watched or reviewed to get ready for the deposition today?
Not that I recall.
Other than speaking with your counsel, have you spoken with anyone else to get ready for your deposition?
No.
Okay. Are you currently barred or subject to trespass orders in any locations within Douglas County, Kansas?
Yes.
And where?
Lawrence Public Library.
Okay. Anywhere else?
The Lawrence Public School District buildings, property.
Anywhere else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are you married, sir?
I think that's irrelevant. No.
Okay. Do you have any children?
It's irrelevant as well.
Do you have any children?
Can you define what you mean by children?
Yes. Do you have any children?
Meaning like of minor age, or what do you mean?
Any children?
Any children? Yeah.
Okay. And are any of them over the age of 18?
Yeah.
And what are their names?
I think this is irrelevant and unnecessary. What do they have to do with this?
I'm just asking the question, sir.
What does their names have to do with this?
I'm asking their names, if you have any relatives that are over the age of 18 that live in Douglas County or the surrounding areas.
What does that got to do
I
with
mean,
it?
just go ahead and answer. I mean, just get past it.
So what's the question again?
Do you have any children that are over the age of 18?
Yeah, I answered that, yes.
Yes, and so what are their names? Could you spell that?
Spell what?
Last name Spees?
Yep,
Okay. Also last name Spees?
yep.
Okay. When did you first start attending Douglas County Commission meetings?
August 18th of 2021.
And during that meeting, were you present when the Douglas County Commissioner read their public comment policy?
I don't recall.
You don't recall if you were there when that was read?
I don't
Okay.
recall if I was there at the time that it was read, and I don't recall if it was read.
Okay. Do you recall at any time after you attended your first meeting, you heard the commissioners read a public comment policy that the county reserves the right to shut off the microphone and remove any speaker from a meeting if they are vulgar, rude, or inappropriate?
And what's the question again?
After attending your first meeting, you may not have heard it at your first meeting, but did you hear that policy being read when you attended subsequent meetings?
I have.
Okay. And have you also heard, even if it wasn't August 18th of 2021 at subsequent meetings, that the Douglas County Commission restricted campaigning for office during the public comment period?
I have, yeah.
Okay. And also that the Douglas County Commission required public comment to be related to the general business of the Douglas County Commission. Did you hear that?
That word for word related to the business of the general business of
The general business of the county?
of the county, yeah.
Okay. I know you said one of the videos you watched and one of the subject matters of your third amended complaint is the April 20th, 2022 meeting that you attended. So that's what I wanted to talk about with you right now. You attended that commission meeting on April 20th of 2022, is that correct?
I never made it to the meeting. I was arrested before it started. I tried to attend that meeting.
Okay, and when you arrived at where was that meeting held?
At the Douglas County Courthouse.
And I know that there have been different locations because of construction, so that April 20th, 2022 meeting was in the actual commission building. Is that correct?
It was at the courthouse,
Okay, the old courthouse,
the old courthouse.
in the commission room.
I don't know if it's called the commission room.
Okay. You remember what time you arrived?
I don't recall exactly what time, 5:20-ish.
And why were you attending the meeting on April 20th?
So I wanted to.
Okay, was there a topic that you were interested in hearing about?
Possibly.
Okay, but you don't recall as we sit here today?
I don't recall.
And you brought a sign into the meeting that read, Dr. Spees for DGCO commissioners, fuck these liberal motherfuckers, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Was there also a stick attached to that sign?
What do you mean by a stick?
Was there some sort of stick or a pole, something that you could hold the sign up with?
Well, but when you say stick, what kind of material are you talking about there? Because you said pole as well. Are you referring to the same thing?
Yeah, I don't know what you would call it. Did you have something affixed to the sign itself that would allow you to hold it up?
More or less.
What do you mean?
Well, what do you mean by affixed?
Was it taped on? Was it part of the sign?
I had something stapled to the inside of the sign.
Okay. Well, tell me, how big was the sign? What kind of paper was it on?
It was on cardboard.
Okay, how big was it?
Oh, probably I don't know, probably 18 inches by 30 inches, probably. I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
And what did you have stapled to the sign?
I had, it was I think a wood, a piece of wood that ran up and down the middle of it and stuck out the top of it that I could hold like this.
Okay, you could put your hand around.
Yep.
And the only reason I'm asking you to describe that is because we obviously have Laurel, our court reporter, taking down everything that is being said. And so when you're gesturing or, gripping it with your hand, we're not going to know later what that means. So that was not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to ask for clarification. So I appreciate that.
We have a video here, so I think that misrepresents what's going on here. But anyway.
So you had this piece of wood stapled into the kind of the interior between, were there just essentially two pieces of cardboard, and then you had that piece of wood stapled in between?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you. And when you entered the Douglas County old courthouse building, where did you go?
I walked in the direction of the table to sign up to speak for general public comment.
Okay, and did you sign up?
I did.
And then where did you go?
To the front row of the meeting room, sat down.
Were the Douglas County commissioners seated at the dais or the commission table ready to start the meeting?
I don't believe all of them necessarily were there when I walked in.
And while you were sitting in the front row, did Sheriff Armbruster approach you and tell you that the commission wasn't going to let you display your sign during the meeting?
No,
He didn't say that to you?
he said that before that.
Okay, tell me when he said that.
Okay. When I walked into the county commission room, I walked over to the table to sign up, and right as I got to the table is when he approached me and said that I couldn't be in there with that sign, is when he said that.
So he told you you couldn't be in there with the sign, or you wouldn't be able to display it during the meeting?
Couldn't be in there with that sign.
Okay. What did you do?
I said, "Why is that?" I said, "Oh yeah, why is that?"
And what did he say?
He said, "Because of the language on it. It's got cuss words," he said.
Okay. What did you say?
Horse shit, it does.
That's what you said?
That's what you asked me.
And I'm just asking, that's what you said?
That's what you asked me. I answered your question. Horse shit, it does, is what I said to him.
Okay. And what did he say?
He said, "Okay then."
What did you do at that point?
I signed up to speak at the meeting.
And then you went and sat in the front row?
Then I went and sat in the front row.
Okay. Where did Sheriff Armbruster go after he said, okay then?
Up to the commissioner's table.
Did you have any other conversations with Sheriff Armbruster?
What do you mean by conversations?
And maybe I shouldn't have characterized that as a conversation. Did after Sheriff Armbruster went to the commission table, well, let me ask you, who was up there? Because I think you said not all the commissioners were up there. Did you see who he was talking to?
When I walked in, I said not all of them were up there is what I said.
Okay.
I didn't say anything about how many were up there when he walked up there.
When he walked up there, how many were up on
All
the
of them.
dais? They were all up there?
Yep.
Okay. Did you hear what they were talking about?
No, I did not. But I found out later what they were talking about.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Well, you said, I found out later what they were talking about. What do you mean you found out later what they were talking about?
What are you asking? I don't understand your question.
Okay, when you went back to sit in the front row, you said you couldn't hear, you didn't know what the sheriff was talking with the commission about.
I don't think I said when I went to the front row I couldn't hear. I said that I couldn't hear their conversation. Their conversation started when I was still signing in, and I went over and sat down.
Okay.
So I didn't say that.
When did you said you found out later. What did you find out later?
Oh, I found out later that the commission had told Armbruster to get me out of there before the meeting started.
Who told you that?
Deputy Crutzel.
When did he tell you that?
He told me that in the Sally Port of the jail.
Was Deputy Crutzel there when you arrived?
Yes,
Where was he located when you?
right next to the table where the commissioners were standing, or sitting.
So when you went to sign up, you noticed Deputy Crutzel there?
Yes.
Okay. After Sheriff Armbruster talked with the commission, did he speak with you?
Who? Armbruster?
Yes.
Did he speak with me?
Yes.
After that?
Yes.
At a certain point, yeah.
Okay. Where did he go after or did you see where he went after he spoke with the commissioners?
Yeah, he went and stood at the back of the seating area.
Did he have to walk past you to go back there?
He would have had to, yeah.
Did you have any interaction or conversation with him as he walked to stand in the back of the meeting room?
No.
And he did not tell you that you had to leave the meeting, correct?
He did tell me I had to.
At that time, I should have
At
had.
what time?
When he saw you, when you first had your conversation about the sign, and then when he walked back to stand in the back of the meeting room, he didn't tell you that you needed to leave.
Object to form.
Well, I said that he didn't say anything to me. I already said that.
Okay, so that's
That would
correct.
include he didn't say anything. Yeah. Mhm.
There were people in the meeting room other than yourself, is that correct?
Correct.
Members of the public, is that correct?
I assume so. Mhm.
Sitting in the gallery.
Yeah.
And was there someone sitting behind you wearing a face mask?
Yeah.
Did you know that person?
No.
Okay. Did you ask why someone would still be wearing a mask?
Did I ask that in general?
Yes.
In general, yeah.
Who were you speaking to anyone directly?
Armbruster.
Okay. Did the gentleman behind you respond?
In some fashion, yeah.
Did you hear, or do you remember what he said?
I don't recall exactly what he said.
Did you say anything to him?
Yes.
What did you tell him?
I said, I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Did you say anything else to him?
No.
Did you tell him you can fuck off?
Not that I recall.
Did this gentleman behind you say anything to you when you told him that?
He said something, but he was wearing a dang mask. So that's, what he said, I don't recall.
Do you recall saying anything in response to his comment to you?
I didn't say anything. It's not that I don't recall. I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything back after he
I've
said
already
something to
answered
you?
what I said. The thing that I said to him was, I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Right, and then I asked if he said anything in response, and you said you couldn't understand what he said because he was wearing a mask. So my question was, after he said something you couldn't understand, did you continue to speak with this gentleman?
No, I didn't say anything to him.
Okay. Had you turned around in your seat to face him?
I turned around to see who was talking to me.
Okay.
Like I said, that mask, it's hard to hear, so I turned around to see who was even talking to me.
Were you yelling?
No,
Were you raising your voice?
no.
Okay. Did you also tell Sheriff Armbruster that he was a pussy for wearing a mask?
Yeah,
And why did you say that?
because he's a pussy for wearing a mask.
Okay.
I mean, I call him like I see him,
Did you say anything else to Sheriff Armbruster at that point?
Not that I recall, no.
Did you say, I don't give a fuck what you or anybody thinks of me?
I already said that I said that.
And I know you said that to the person sitting behind you. Did you say that again to Sheriff Armbruster?
Yeah.
Did any of the members of the public tell you to watch your language?
I believe so, yes.
And what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Did you say anything in response to that?
What I said is, because I was a Douglas County Commission candidate at that time, and so there was a possibility that I could actually be elected there. And so what I said is, how would you guys like it if you all came in here and said, back the blue no matter who, and I'm up on the commission and I tell you guys to get out of here? How would you like that? That's what I said to the crowd.
Okay. Did anybody respond to you?
There was, yeah, there was more response, but I don't recall exactly what was said by them.
Did anyone tell you to sit down?
I was already sitting down.
Okay, I apologize. Did anybody tell you to watch your language again?
I don't recall exactly what was said.
Okay. What happened at that point?
At what point?
After you said, how would you guys like it if I said back the blue no matter who, and I told you to leave?
Well, so that was, I think maybe your timeline is off a little bit there. So the point where anything further was even said was at that point, but anything that happened further was once I had turned back around in my seat from looking to see who was talking to me. So like the back the blue no matter who was a comment that was made, and then the conversation that you referenced earlier about the guy sitting behind me saying something then took place, and that's when I turned back to see who it was. And when I turned back around, that's when Armbruster approached me.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm understanding, because obviously I wasn't there, so and we've got video and pictures, but I want to make sure I understand from what you're telling me. You go to sign up, you have a conversation with Sheriff Armbruster about the sign. He then goes up to talk to the commission. While he's doing that, you go take your seat. Is that correct?
Objective form.
I just want to make sure I'm having the time. I want to make sure I get the timing correct.
I'm still objecting form.
Well, the timing, I think you've mischaracterized some of what you would call like a conversation with Armbruster, but yeah, the timing of that.
And then Sheriff Armbruster walked past you and stood in the back, and you were still facing forward when you said, why the fuck would anybody wear masks anymore? Is that the first comment that was made?
Well, I'm getting a little off here because what you just said there, why the fuck would anyone still be wearing masks? Did you ask me that?
Yeah, I thought that's what you said. The first thing that you said when you were still facing forward, you asked why somebody would still be wearing a mask.
Okay.
Is that, I'm just trying to get chronology because you said I was off, so I want to make sure I'm getting things in order.
Right, yep. And then at that point, then I had turned around to see who was talking to me, and then turned back facing forward, and that's where that video starts up. And that's when Armbruster approached me.
Okay, and when you turned back around to see who was talking to you, that's when you said, I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Well, is that what I said earlier? I don't think that's what I said earlier either. That was a comment that I think was before that as well.
So you were facing forward, you'd taken your seat, and you said, why would anybody still be wearing a mask? Mm-hmm. And someone behind you said something, and you turned around to see who was talking to you.
Right.
And then you said, I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
No, that wasn't when I didn't turn around and say, I don't give a fuck what you think of me. That was a comment that was made before that, and then I turned around to see who had said it.
So help me understand. You're facing forward, you say, I don't know why anybody would still be wearing a mask, and you hear someone behind you make a comment that you couldn't understand. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. And then you're still facing forward and you say, I don't give a fuck what you think about me?
Right.
And then another comment from behind you was made, and you didn't hear exactly what was said, and that's when you turned around?
Right.
Okay.
To see who had said it.
And then that's when you told this person behind you, again, I don't give a fuck what you think of me?
I said that, yeah.
Okay. And was that also when you told Sheriff Armbrister that he was a giant pussy for wearing a mask?
Object to form.
That would have been, I would have said that before that, yeah.
When in the timeline, I guess, then did you say that to Sheriff Armbrister?
Before I had said, I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Okay.
So it was the first comment of why would anybody still be wearing a mask, and then that was the comment about Armbrister being a pussy for wearing a mask.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you turned back to face forward, did you make any other comments?
No.
What did Sheriff Armbrister say when he approached you at that point?
He said, get out.
What did you say?
I said, for what?
What did he say?
He said, because he threw his hand up like disorderly conduct.
What did you say?
Disorderly conduct?
Did you remain seating?
Yeah. Yes.
And then what happened?
He arrested me.
For what, man? For what? I want my shit. I want my shit, man. What did you fucking treat people with respect? Yeah, man. Me too, motherfucker. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm not receiving.
Did you say anything else?
Yeah, I asked him repeatedly for what. I hadn't done anything, and I certainly wasn't being disorderly. So it came as a surprise to me that he was saying that I was had done disorderly conduct, and that he was telling me to get out of the meeting. He never said that I was under arrest. I was under the impression all the way up until they got me out in the hallway, putting the handcuffs on me, that I was being thrown out of the meeting like bouncers would throw at a bar, and they'd throw you out and say, get out of here. That's what I was under the impression of, and that's why in the video when Armbrister gets my sign and angrily throws it across the room, I say I want my shit back, because I thought they were throwing me out onto the steps.
For what, man? For what? I want my shit. I want my shit, man.
I knew they damn well couldn't do that. It's a public meeting, a public building. Couldn't just throw me out of there, but I thought that's what they were doing. He had never said I was under arrest, so I thought they were just throwing me out.
I know you said you repeatedly asked for what, I haven't done any, and said I haven't done anything. Did you stand up?
Well, I don't think I said or testified now that I haven't done anything in that conversation. I don't think I said I haven't done anything. I asked him for what, and I asked him that repeatedly. For what?
Okay.
For what? I did not stand up on my own. I was forced up by him and Krutzel, and the only other thing that I said to him is when he put his hands on me for no reason, I told him no, no, no. 3 times. No. And I said 7 times, for what? For what? For what? For what? For what? For what? For what?
For what, man? For what?
And then that's when him and Krutzel both grabbed me again and removed my sign from me and lifted me out of my seat and began to apply use of force on my wrists.
For what, man? For what? I want my shit. I want my shit, man. What, you fucking treat people with respect? Yeah, man, me too, motherfucker.
To like I said, get me out of the building is what I thought was happening. That they arrested me out in the hallway.
Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm not receiving.
Did either Deputy Krutzel or Sheriff Armbruster respond to you when you said for what?
No. Nope.
So
Wouldn't even answer it. Didn't have an answer. Didn't have an answer.
except for the first time when he said disorderly conduct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
I mean, I knew that he couldn't explain the for what of the disorderly conduct. I knew he couldn't explain it. Just knew it. And he didn't, because he couldn't. So he didn't. And he knows it.
So did he?
And he knew it at that time.
Okay. Were the commissioners?
Which is surprising to me because he's the head law enforcement officer in the Douglas County.
And the commissioners were seated at the time this happened?
I don't recall if they were seated or not.
They were present. I think you said they were present when Sheriff Armbruster went up to talk to them.
Present.
Okay. But during these events, they were present?
I believe so.
Okay. Then you were in fact arrested for disorderly conduct?
That's correct.
Okay. And at that point, when you brought your sign in, were you aware of the Douglas County Commission stated policy about prohibiting campaigning during public comment?
No.
Okay.
That wasn't something that had ever been mentioned till later.
I thought that was something that was mentioned back in August of 2021 when you started attending meetings.
Well, I don't know why you would think that, because I said I don't recall what was said at the August 18th meeting, so I wouldn't have said that, and I don't know why you would have thought that that was the case. I said at a later, I believe you asked me at later meetings, did they say those things? And I said, yeah, at later meetings is what I said. I didn't say August 18th.
I know, I said after August 18th, but
No,
in the year
I know,
2021.
You said, I thought you said at the August 18th meeting. I didn't say that.
After the August 18th meeting, but in the year of 2021, were you aware of, and had you heard the Douglas County Commission policy restricting campaigning from public office?
No.
Okay.
Not in that to my knowledge wasn't something that was said until after 2021 and after 2022, and I believe even after 2023. I think it might have come at the end of 2023, into the beginning of 2024 when something like that was said, that I recall.
Okay.
But either way, it's not something that's constitutional. They can say that anyway, so.
Okay. After the April 20th meeting, you came back to another meeting at the Douglas County Commission, is that correct?
After which meeting?
The April 20th,
Of
2022?
I've come back to meetings since then, yeah.
And I think May
I've been
11th.
arrested at another one as well.
May 11th of 2022, you came to a Douglas County Commission meeting.
Is that the date that's in the complaint?
It is.
Okay.
And I think it's one of the dates you referenced maybe watching the video for.
That's right.
Does that refresh your memory?
Mhm,
Okay.
yes.
And were you present at the beginning of that meeting when the Douglas County Commissioners read the public comment policy that the county reserves the right to shut off the microphone and remove any speaker from a meeting if they are vulgar, rude, or inappropriate?
I recall being there for when they read the rules, but I don't recall if that's what the rules were specifically that they said at that time.
Do you recall the public comment rules being stated that the public comments must be related to the general business of the Douglas County Commission?
Objective.
I don't recall if that was said, those rules or not. I recall the rules being read, but I don't recall what they said, is what I'm saying.
Back in May of 2022, had you gone on to the Douglas County Commission website and looked at any of the posted rules for the commission meetings?
Prior to May 11th?
Yes.
Yeah, I read the rules.
Okay. So if you didn't hear them at the commission meeting, you had seen them on the website? Is that fair?
Well, hold on a second. So I've said that they did say their meeting rules. I didn't say I didn't hear them. I said I don't recall what they had said. So they did read the meeting rules, and I was present for that.
Okay. So you were aware there were rules governing public comment?
Supposed rules.
For example, you're aware that public comment was limited to 3 minutes?
That's right.
And you were also aware that the commission would take unlimited public comment in written form? But the public comment
At that time,
during...
I don't know if I was aware of that or not.
Okay. And you brought the same sign with you to the May 11th, 2022 meeting that read, Dr. Spies for DGCO Commissioner, fuck these liberal motherfuckers, correct?
No.
You did not bring that sign to the May 11th, 2022 meeting?
No, they still have the sign. I don't have that sign. They still have it.
Who is they?
As far as I know, either the sheriff's department or the prosecutor, whoever took it and took possession of it has that sign.
Okay. You didn't bring a new sign that said that?
I didn't say that.
Okay, did you bring a new sign that said, Dr. Spies for DGCO Commissioner, fuck these liberal motherfuckers?
No.
Okay. Did you speak at public comment, or did you sign up to speak at public comment on that May 11th, 2022 meeting?
I don't recall if I signed up to speak or not at that meeting.
Okay. Did you get up to speak during the public comment?
Yes.
Okay. And is that the meeting when you started speaking and said, evening theys, evening beta male, I'd like to start off with a quote by Einstein. The thing about smart motherfuckers is that they sound like crazy motherfuckers to stupid motherfuckers.
That's right.
Okay.
Commissioner Kelly. Okay, we'll move on to general public comment. And again, this is a time for comments directed at the commission about general county business that is not on today's agenda. I do not have the sign up sheet in front of me. We don't have many folks here. So if you'd like to make public comment, I'll just invite you to please come up to the podium and make sure the green light on the microphone is on and state your name and residence for the record.
Evening days, evening beta male. I'd like to start off with a quote by Einstein, who once said, the thing about smart motherfuckers is that they look like crazy motherfuckers to stupid motherfuckers.
Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on.
We're not going to turn your mic back on.
Why are you silencing me?
You directed derogatory language at us, so that's the end of your comment.
You guys go by that. Man, are you guys sick? That's your rule, man. Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on.
You can sit down and enjoy the rest of the meeting with us, or you can leave, but your public comment is over.
Why?
Because of your vulgar language.
What about it? What about it? I'm campaigning. I'm speaking to my base right
So
here.
I'm going to ask you one more time. You can sit back down in the gallery. Yeah.
No. I want to speak, man. I want to speak. You've done this to me a lot. You need to let me speak.
No.
You need to let me speak. You need to let me speak. This is censorship. I have a right to speak.
You can sit down or you can leave.
I have a right to speak. But you're a tyrant. You're a tyrant.
Yeah.
You're a tyrant.
I'm gonna give you one last opportunity to sit down or leave on your own.
This is what tyrants do. I'm your political opposition. You tell me to get out of here. So I put it to my face. It's Dr. Speaks, man. This
Is there anybody else?
fucking bullshit. You fucking know it's fucking bullshit. I don't need to fuck up, man. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Wait till I'm up there and I do that shit to you, man. You gonna like that shit? You gonna like it?
Please leave.
I'm up there and I don't come for you, motherfucker. You gonna like that shit? No, you're not, man. You're not, because it's fucking wrong. This is America, man. This is America.
I see that we have two more folks in the gallery with us. Would either of you like to make jump?
And Commissioner Reed, I believe, instructed you that your microphone was going to be turned off, explaining that you had violated the county's decorum requirement. Is that correct?
Objective form.
No, she didn't say that. She didn't, no. She didn't explain that they violated the decorum form.
What did she say?
She said that I directed inappropriate language to them. I'm not allowed to say, basically not allowed to use that language there while I'm speaking.
Okay. And did you stop speaking?
Well, she had Sarah Plinsky turn the microphone off.
So your microphone was muted, but did you continue speaking?
Well, the thing about it is that at that point, what I intended to say was completely, thrown off the rails, sidetracked, done and over with. So did I continue to say what I intended to say during my allotted 3 minutes? No, but I did ask Shannon Reed why she was doing what she was doing. I told her she was a tyrant, that I had the right to speak in there. She said, you directed inappropriate, vulgar language at us. I said, and then she directed the deputies to remove me from the dang meeting again. For some cuss words.
Well, let me ask you, at the May 11th, 2022 meeting,
It's unbelievable.
when you said the thing about smart motherfuckers is that they sound like crazy motherfuckers to stupid motherfuckers, what viewpoint were you trying to express?
What difference does that make?
I'm just asking.
My viewpoint?
What viewpoint is that?
My own viewpoint?
What message were you trying to convey to the commission?
Just what I said.
That the thing about smart motherfuckers is that they sound like crazy motherfuckers to stupid motherfuckers?
Is there a question in there?
Yes, that's the
What's
viewpoint.
question?
That was the viewpoint you're trying to express?
That's my viewpoint.
Okay. Well, what matter of Douglas County business were you expressing in that remark?
That they had used a previous perception of me through my prior public speaking engagements and protests there, that I was somehow some crazy person that was worthy of losing their constitutional rights inside that meeting room, and were allowed to be unlawfully arrested, kidnapped, and battered, and held against my will, and paid for my freedom to get out of Sheriff Armbrister's unlawful custody. But at the same time, in those 3 minutes, you don't got to explain all of what you're, I mean, if you had to preface every little thing you said, you'd never get to the point of what you're saying. You only got 3 minutes.
Well, that's why I was asking what specific matter of Douglas County business
And
you
I
were
just told
commenting
you.
on. Okay.
All of them, the commissioners, Plinsky, Armbrister, it's all county business, how they conspired against what they thought was some crazy, bizarre acting person that didn't deserve the dignity to attend a meeting like every other American gets to. totally within their business.
And so did you leave that meeting?
I was forced out of that meeting by the deputies.
One of the next meetings that's in your complaint anyway is an April 3rd of 2024 meeting. Do you recall attending that commission meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. And at this point, it's Commissioner Wiley was chairing the meeting, and do you recall hearing her read a public comment policy,
She read a policy. Yeah.
okay, that said all comments must address topics within the jurisdiction of the county commission, and we reserve the right to mute and remove any speaker whose comments are threatening, aggressively hostile, or belligerent.
I don't recall if that's what she read.
Okay. Do you remember any of the specific public comment rules that were read?
I don't recall.
But you were present when they were read, you just don't recall what the exact words that she used.
I don't recall if I was present when she read that either.
Okay. Did you provide public comment during this meeting on April 3rd of 2024?
I believe so.
Okay. And you provided public comment, and at the same time we're holding a sign that said Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy?
I believe so.
Okay. You were allowed to speak for your allotted 3 minutes, and your microphone was not muted, and you weren't removed from the meeting, correct?
I don't think that's correct. Do you have the complaint here that I could take a look at?
A copy of the complaint? I don't have a copy of the complaint with me.
Could we pull up the video then?
I'm just asking for your memory. At the April 3rd, 2024 meeting, if you remember having your sign that said Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy and speaking for your 3 minutes.
There's a question.
Yes, do you remember that?
What's the question? Yeah, yep, I remember being there.
Okay. And then you also attended the April 17th, 2024 meeting. Is that correct?
I believe so.
And again, were you present when Commissioner Reed read the county's public comment policy that all comments must address topics within the jurisdiction of the county commission, and we reserve the right to mute and remove any speaker whose comments are threatening, aggressively hostile, or belligerent?
Well, are you saying that that was Commissioner Wiley that read that?
At the April 17th meeting, Commissioner Reed read that.
Yeah, because I think you just said Commissioner Wiley, right? So Commissioner Reed, I think, was the presiding on that one.
On the April 17th, yes, but
I believe so.
Commissioner Wiley was April 3rd, so I know I think on the April 17th meeting, Commissioner Wiley was appearing remotely, which is why Commissioner Reed read the public comment.
I believe that's correct.
Okay. Were you there when that was read?
I believe so. I don't recall, though, but I believe so.
Okay. And were you present when Commissioner Reed also said that the public comment policy prohibited campaigning for public office during the public comment policy, or
Well,
public comment period?
The thing about that purported rule that they had there is it came and went out of their rules. So sometimes they said it, sometimes they don't. So I don't recall if they said it that time or not. So they added it and removed it, added it, removed it.
Okay.
So so.
But you did hear the public comment policy that comments must address topics within the jurisdiction of the county commission.
I didn't say that I heard that. I actually said I don't recall what their rules said at that time. Their rules change so dang much that it's one thing to keep track, what they're trying to say from each meeting. They just change however they want to change them, whenever they want to change them. Without notice.
So are you telling me that at the April 17th, 2024 meeting, you were unaware that topics during public comment must be within the jurisdiction of the general business of the county commission?
I was unaware of that. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, were you not aware of that?
Yeah, I don't recall what they said for the rules.
So at any time you spoke at any Douglas County Commission meeting, you don't recall having heard or known about public comment rule, or public comments being limited to matters that were within the jurisdiction of the county commission?
Objective form.
I didn't say that.
Well, on April 17th of 2024, were you aware that public comment was to be limited to topics within the jurisdiction of the county commission?
Objective form.
I think I answered that already. I don't recall what they said about that.
And I'm just asking if you were aware when you spoke.
Objective form.
What's the question?
Were you aware that public comments were to be limited to topics within the jurisdiction of the county commission?
Objective form.
Well, it's an interesting thing because although they try to say that in their rules at times, they themselves are all over the place with what topics are allowed in there and what they allow for topics related to their general business from other speakers as well. So it's one of those things, like they create all this confusion, and then I'm trying to recall it all, because they're not clear on all of how they operate their meetings.
You brought the same sign with you to the April 17th meeting that said Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy, correct?
I don't recall that either. I had a sign, but it might have, the wording changed around that time as well. So I don't remember if it was that one specifically or not.
What was the purpose of your public comment on April 17th of 2024?
To exercise my First Amendment right.
What viewpoint were you expressing?
On which date?
April 17th, 2024.
Can you tell me what I said there?
Sure. This was I believe you made a comment, and again, I think this is out of the complaint. You said a few weeks ago, I came here to say that Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy because he refused to meet with a constituent, because Commissioner Kelly said he did not feel safe with the tone and words used by the constituent. Sarah Plinsky has met individually with that same colleague, and there was a video made of the meeting, and Patrick says, like a giant beta, that his feelings were being invalidated by the constituent. So last time I was here, I read some of the comments from the YouTube video, and there have been some additional comments, so I wanted to read those new comments as well.
Alrighty. A few weeks ago, I came here saying that Commissioner Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy because he refused to meet with a constituent due to Patrick saying he didn't feel safe because of the tone and words that the constituent used while speaking here during general public comment. Keep in mind, Patrick's female colleague, Sarah Plinsky, there has met individually with that same colleague. There was a YouTube video made about Patrick's conversation, and in the video, Patrick says, like a giant beta, that his feelings were being invalidated by the constituent. So last time I spoke here, I read some of the comments from the YouTube video, and there have been some additional comments on that, so I wanted to read those new comments here as well. To be clear, this isn't the only instance of Patrick Kelly outing himself as a giant pussy. He did this when he forced 2-year-old children to wear masks during COVID. And he also shows it in his job as Director of Curriculum and Instruction for USD 497, where he developed and
Preston, I'm
implemented
going to
the
ask
gender
you
identity
to speak
and
about
sexual development.
items specific to the county commission.
This is about his character, and the character of a commissioner is germane to the county business, so thank you. And he also shows it in his job as Director of Curriculum and Instruction for USD 497, where he developed and implemented the gender identity and sexual development curriculum, where adults talk to kids beginning at age 5 about sexual development, gender identity, and the role society has on genders. So let's go ahead and read some more of those YouTube comments. First one here. Yes, Patrick, you are less of a person. You are far, far below being a real man. Another one here. Another coward scared of accountability. This guy sounds like an absolute wimp. Grow up and be a
Justin,
man.
you are not speaking about items that are specific to the business of the county commission.
It's about his character.
You
so-
are attacking his character,
But
and
it's
this is
his
your last
it's his
warning
character.
to talk about items that are specific to the county commission.
Can you explain to me how his character isn't germane to the business of the county?
It's not the business of
His
the county
character,
commission.
a commissioner's character has nothing to do with the commission? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to go back and forth with you, Justin. I've said what I said.
Our government has become cowards, and it makes me ashamed of mankind. What a cowardly man that man is. This lady here says, I have more balls than Patrick, too.
Please mute the mic, Sarah. Justin, you're welcome to stay with us for the meeting, but your public comment time is over. Thank you. You've been muted. Your public comment time is over. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. You're muting me additional times when you already muted me, is what I'm saying.
Justin, your public comment has ended. You're welcome to stay with us for the rest of the meeting. Is there anybody else here who would like to provide public comment?
Does that refresh your recollection on what you were talking about?
Well, and so I had made it clear then, because I was stopped from speaking by Shannon Reed, and I had made it clear and that the thing that I was talking about was Patrick Kelly's character as a county commissioner, which is entirely 100,000% within the general business of the county commission, and what the public is concerned about is part of their business. And Shannon Reed said that, well, that wasn't allowed. And the interesting thing about that is that prior speaker at a previous meeting had said to, at her general public comment, had started off by saying, you know, Karen, I really appreciate how you listen to us and you give the impression that you listen to us. And I just appreciate your stoicism, and I want to let you know that.
And Karen, I wanted to begin by telling you that I appreciate your stoic demeanor and that you give the impression that you're really listening to us. And I appreciate that to no end. Tonight I have a copy of the...
And that was perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. Let's talk about her character, because it was a positive thing that was said. So when I go up and I say, well, you know, women have, you know, what I said there that you read there about Patrick Kelly's character, all of a sudden that's off limits. That's off limits. You can't talk about their character like that. That's not part of our business. Well, then why in the world is Karen Wiley's character about being stoic and a good listener, why is that allowed? Why wasn't she stopped if it falls out of some sort of not the business of the commission, like Shannon Reed tried to tell me right then and there when she shut off my microphone? That's what's called viewpoint discrimination. And so does that answer your question on what my viewpoint was?
Well, to go on...
The viewpoint that was discriminated against was my viewpoint that I was expressing.
And I think before your...
And which was done in an unequal manner, because they allowed that positive viewpoint to be expressed there on her character, but the negative one not allowed. That's
Okay.
viewpoint discrimination.
You went on to say, to be clear, this is not the only instance of Patrick Kelly outing himself as a giant pussy. He did this when he forced 2-year-old children to wear masks during COVID, and he also shows it in his job as director of curriculum for USD 497, where he developed policies for gender identification. And that is when Commissioner Reed asked you to speak about specific items specific to the county commission.
I think she had stopped me before that, but as I was talking, I think she was stopping me.
Then did you go on to say he also shows it as his role of director of curriculum for USD 497, where he developed and implemented the gender identity and sexual development curriculum, where adults talk to kids beginning at age 5 about sexual development, gender identity, and the role society has on genders?
Did I say that?
Yes.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay. And so you then go on to say, yes, Patrick, you are less of a person. You are far, far below being a real man.
That's right.
And then you read another comment, another coward scared of accountability. This guy sounds like an absolute wimp. Grow up and be a man.
That's right.
Okay, and then Commissioner Reed again told you that you were not speaking about items that are specific to the business of the county commission.
She tried to say that, yeah.
Okay.
And I said, no, this has to do with his character. That definitely has to do with your guys' business. And in disbelief, I said, you mean to tell me that the commissioner's character has nothing to do with the county commission? How could that possibly not be a thing? And along with that, like I said, I mean, if they're going to allow positive comments about their character, then they have to allow negative, perceived negative ones. They just have to. I mean, that's viewpoint discrimination. All day long, and that's why we're here right now.
And the director
All day
of,
long.
Commissioner Reed's position as the director of curriculum for USD 497 is not business of the county commission. You agree with me?
I disagree with you.
How do you disagree? Why do you disagree with that?
I mean, it's part of who he is. I would also say, so the things that he does in his job absolutely are a reflection of who he is and his character as a county commissioner. I mean, why would it not be? And on top of that, if you're going to say that has nothing to do with it, people go in there and say that a lot. There are other instances where people go in and talk about Patrick Kelly as the curriculum director there.
We can only judge your future behavior by your past behavior. Commissioner Patrick Kelly, in your role with the school district, you published reading proficiency results that are significantly overstated reading proficiency versus state assessment scores. The results you presented were not even close to the same as the KSDOE. Why should anyone in the county trust you to be fiscally responsible?
I just want to start off by saying Commissioner Kelly is an amazing individual, and he taught me and many other of my friends the love of music, and I'm proud to see where he's at today.
That's perfectly fine for them to say it. They've said it, no questions whatsoever. No stopping, no nothing. No stopping, no nothing. This is you guys just trying to reach for a reason to say that I couldn't say negative things about him because you allow other people to do it. It's unequal protection. That's unequal protection. And it's an inconsistency in the way that they administer their rules. They allow people to talk about Patrick Kelly's job as USD 497 curriculum coordinator, and then the second I say it, all of a sudden, whoa, not germane, not germane. Hold on a second. It's a little fishy, wouldn't you say?
Well, what is germane to the county business when you say I have more balls than, a woman says I have more balls than Patrick Kelly too?
His character, like I said, his character. He's got no balls. You have to have balls to be a commissioner.
So you have to be male?
Did I say that?
You said you have to have balls to be a commissioner.
But did I say that? Did I say that?
You said you have to have balls, right?
What does that mean?
I don't know, you said it.
Do you know there's other meanings for the word balls other than in your feminist worldview? You know that? You know it means things like fortitude and courage? Do you know it means that? That you can actually have different definitions for different words?
I'm just asking what you said.
Do you realize that?
I'm asking what you said, sir.
No, you're not. You said, do you think that you have to be a male to be a commissioner? I didn't say that. Never once said that.
I think you're misunderstanding my question.
Implied it. Well, why did you ask me? I never once even implied it.
Right.
You said you have to have balls to be a commissioner, and I asked you, does that mean you have to be male? And you told me no.
Object to form.
Is that correct?
Object to form.
Can we read it back? I don't know. Is that what was said?
My question to you was, you read a comment about Commissioner Kelly that says, a woman commented, I have more balls than Patrick Kelly too.
No,
and I asked my question, hang on, my question was, what viewpoint, or I'm sorry, how was that the business of the county commission?
Object to form.
But that's not what I said, though. It said women have more balls than Patrick too. That's what it said.
And I believe at this meeting, you read a comment that says, this lady here says, I have more balls than Patrick Kelly too.
Right.
So my question was, how is that the business of the county commission?
I already answered that.
Okay.
I said that that has to do with his character. Having balls is a character thing, of fortitude and courage. You tried to say that it was some kind of biological thing. No, I was talking about his character as the commissioner, which has to do with the business of the commission, which I made clear there, as well as said that other people were allowed to talk about commissioners' characters as long as it was positive. So I guess if their character in a positive way is allowed, because that's considered business, well, then saying that his character is another thing is also allowed then as well as part of their business.
And we'll get to that meeting where you made that comment, but I'm sticking with this April 17th meeting for a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So the viewpoint you allege the county was preventing you from expressing at that meeting was in reference to Commissioner Kelly being a pussy.
Objective form.
That's not what I said. I said that I wasn't allowed to talk about his character in a negative way.
Okay.
A perceived negative way. A truthful way, but a perceived negative way. They didn't want the truth. They didn't want the truth talked about like that. But they'll allow the nice comments, the untruths to be talked about their character. Like I said with Karen Wiley, that speaker was allowed to say that, you know, yeah, I really appreciate how you listen to us. You give the impression you listen to us, and I just really appreciate your stoic demeanor. There was no stopping. There was no muting. There was no, we're going to call the deputy or the sheriff there. None of that.
Well, I think during the April
So that viewpoint was allowed, and then I go and I express, well, you know, I'm not too happy about their character there and how they are, and boom, shut down. Can't do it. Off limits all of a sudden. But in that same meeting it was allowed.
Well, I think in the April 17th meeting, Commissioner Reed did not interrupt you until you started talking about Patrick Kelly's job as Director of Curriculum for USD 497.
I don't believe that's the case. I think she tried to stop me before that. And regardless, she says there, you're talking about his character.
Grow up and be a man.
You are not speaking about items that are specific to the business of the county commission.
It's about his character. So.
You are attacking his character,
But
and this is your last
it's his
warning.
character.
And I said, yeah, that's part of business. So even if she's trying to say now, well, it's because you were talking about him being the director. First of all, they've allowed people to mention that before, but she also says, well, you're talking about his character. She makes it clear that I'm stopping you because you're talking about his character, and that doesn't have to do with the business of the commission. I said, you're telling me that the commission's character, a commissioner's character, has nothing to do with this commission right here?
And this is your last warning to talk about items that are specific to the county commission.
Can you explain to me how his character isn't germane to the business of the county?
It's not the business of the county commission.
A commissioner's character has nothing to do with the commission? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to go back and forth with you, Justin. I've said what I said.
How could that be? Their character influences the decisions and the votes and the things that they take on, the way they even conduct the meetings right now. How in the world could their character not be part of the business of what they do and how they conduct themselves? How could it not be? On top of the fact that they allowed another speaker to say positive things about Karen Wiley. Why? Why is that allowed? How is that related to their business? If they're going to say it's not related to their business, if I'm saying something they perceive negative about it.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Shift gears. Could I ask for a quick break?
Yeah, let's take a quick break. Yep.
Okay, I'll take us off the record at 10:58.